You and me, we used to be together every day together, always. I really feel like I'm losing my best friend. I can't believe this could be the end.
I don't know.
Looks so no letting go, and this is real, and I don't want to know.
I forget. I know there's no
Don't
doubt.
speak. You know just what you're saying. Stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Boston. Speaking of it, don't tell me because it hurts. I think that's something that's in the very near future here on this episode.
A little foreshadowing.
Yes. CB in the house alongside the one and only Donnie B. You're back at it again for a little big game preview discussion action here on Boston Out. And Donnie B, why don't you refresh the audience's memory of what I mean by I may be in pain?
Well, we had a little bit of a bet not too long ago.
A friendly, little friendly wager, little action.
What was it? Whoever got further in the playoffs between my 49ers and your Eagles. And basically, whoever lost, which was obviously this guy.
My team's been at home on the golf course for
a while.
the last month now.
It's like they've been on the golf course since week 12.
Yeah, literally, when they just stopped showing up.
But yeah, so since you're the loser, you're gonna have to. Which we said we're gonna take a shot. Well, you are.
Yes, and Boss, what did you get us here?
Yeah, what is this?
The hottest thing I could find on short notice: Tabasco scorpion sauce.
Looks like
Nikhil Henny Company Tabasco brand scorpion sauce.
Looks like it's from Avery Island, Louisiana.
And and the first ingredient, scorpion pepper.
They know spice down there.
They should know
in
spice
the bayou.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Those
how do you want me to
Cajuns.
take this?
You're taking a shot.
Take me a shot?
I might pour it in your mouth, and I might stop when I feel like stopping.
Okay. It's just going to be like you're
told
going to
you-
waterboard me with Tabasco
Maybe.
sauce?
I told you don't make stupid wagers. I told you were not winning this bet. You should have listened to me. And here we are.
Yes. I usually
we
don't
are.
have good luck with this sort of
No,
thing.
you don't.
Yes.
I don't know why you do this.
That could be a problem. Or maybe I'll just absorb it rectally.
I mean, that's your call, my guy.
That could be, yes.
I don't know how it's going to play out for you, but I guess we'll
Probably
find
not.
out shortly.
Yes. But we got a big week ahead. The big game, Super Bowl. Was it 58? I don't even know. 58.
What's that one?
That was the Eagles.
51,
are
2, 3, 4.
It's like 58. Call it 58. Yeah, 58.
Something like that.
Las Vegas, Nevada. I saw over 1,000 private jets are flying in to the city this weekend.
They're expecting 300,000 people in
Something
the city.
like that.
It's
Probably.
It's going to be very congested.
It is for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
those casinos are loving it. They're probably just rubbing their nipples.
98%
Yeah.
of everyone's going to lose every dollar they have.
That's it. They're going to tighten up those machines.
Yeah,
Yes. So, how do you feel? I mean, let me get this way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Back it up a little bit. Congratulations. Give credit where they're due. They're going to the dance. It looked a little questionable, the NFC Championship game. Give me your thoughts. Walk me through how you're feeling during that game with the Lions.
Well, obviously, it was not off to the ideal start, but you know what? In a weird way, obviously, you don't want to play like that all the time. But I think in a weird way, that might help them. I mean, if you look at all their wins, I think every single win they had except one was by double digits. The one was the one win against the Rams where they took that last-second field goal for no reason. So essentially, every win's been double digits, and you got to find ways to win. You're not always going to blow everyone out. And I mean, they easily could have packed that up and went home at halftime in that Lions game, and they didn't. And I think they need a little kick in the ass there. Found another way to win, battle through some adversity. I think they're ready.
It's I think Dan Campbell's got to stop playing fucking Madden football.
100% plays, man. He's a guy who's like 4th and 30 on their own 10, and he's like Hail Mary.
I'm like, you just gave up. They left 6 points on the board by just not kicking field goals.
Yep.
That could have won them the game.
At least would have had a shot at overtime or something. They would have lived to see another down, but he played Madden.
Yeah. So if you're the team, how do you still stand behind that, or do you look at him differently? Like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
The only reason why I say I understand why he did what he did is they've been playing that way all year.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't stray away from his game plan. Now, obviously, in the moment, sometimes you got to adjust. I don't know. But then he made that weird comment after the loss saying, what did he say? Like, that might have been their only shot.
Yes,
I was
he
like,
did.
It's a very odd comment to say.
Feel like, you're all a bunch of fucking scrubs, and we just got some momentum, and now we're not there.
We're gonna go back to the same old Detroit that we know.
Yes, the 4-12 or 4-13 now at the
Or
extra
the
game.
0-16 team that he was on.
Yes.
So
yes.
very, very weird comment, but I think they'll be all right. They're a young team. They're very good. It wasn't their time yet, but if they stay together, I think they'll be back.
It would have been kind of fun, and not for you, but it would have been kind of fun to see like Eminem on the sidelines with the Lions and Taylor Swift on the sidelines with the
Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, if the Niners lost that game, I would have been rooting for the Lions. You know, it's a cool story, and I can't stand the Chiefs. And
it's sort of like the sort of like one of those Rocky stories. Like you got
Kinda, yeah.
Apollo Creed, like the multi-time champ Chiefs, and like the big glitz and glamour. And you got the blue collar Lions for Detroit. Never been there, don't deserve to be there.
It was like a Ferrari versus like a Ford Pinto.
Yes,
you know.
Yes,
But they fell just a little bit short. But they'll be back.
They'll be back. I mean, I think Goff is pretty good. They got some good young players there, and if they can add maybe a couple more pieces and make some a little better play call.
They have a great run game. That little dynamic duo they had with Gibbs and Montgomery. Mm-hmm. And they got a great rush defense. I think they're number 2 in the league this year?
Yeah.
Thank God for me. McCaffrey found a way to score, but I mean, that's a solid team all around.
Solid team. It's fun. It was fun seeing somebody different up there in that kind of final race there.
Absolutely.
So, walk me. All right. So it's a big week. How are you feeling now?
I'm okay right now, but I mean, what's today? Wednesday before the Super Bowl. I mean, every day is going to be a little bit more anxiety ridden than the next, especially for someone like me who hasn't been able to witness a Super Bowl victory yet. Mm-hmm. I just want to see one before I die. And but yeah, Sunday's going to be a wreck all day.
So how did you feel the day of the 2013 Super Bowl and the 2020 Super Bowl?
Nauseous.
When they were both in it, and unfortunately did not have a positive ending.
Yeah, I was nauseous. It's very scary. Scary feeling.
And both are close games. Who was the Baltimore game?
I think the Baltimore game, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the final score was 34-31. Actually, it's on there somewhere. Yeah, 34-31.
It is. And they were close. Were they driving or something? Like
they had the
Randy Moss had a big catch.
If you look at it, I mean, I think the Niners' mistake was they didn't run Gore within like that 3-yard line or whatever it was. But I mean, in my opinion, you can look at the film. I thought on that last play where Kaepernick slightly overthrew Crabtree, I think Crabtree was kind of bear hugged in the end zone. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's just me. Maybe I'm salty. You know, you can form your own opinion, but it is what it is.
It
is what it is.
So the 2020 game, a little different. You guys were ahead until what? The fourth?
That one's even worse. We were up 10 with about 6.5 minutes to go. Mm-hmm. I think it was Jaquiski Tart. No, it was I think it was Tavarius Moore, I think his name was, had an interception, and I was like, this is it. We got the ball, 6.5 to go. We're up 10. Pick up maybe 2 first downs. Even if you can't get anything out of it, you killed some clock, and you should be good. They couldn't get a first down to save their lives after that, and I'll never forget. I thought we had it.
The story of my life. I can't get a first down to save my life.
Yeah. It was that was rough. That was a rough one. So I hope this year's finally the year. Third time's a charm.
So what is your prediction going into this? You're going against essentially the dynasty of the 2020s, the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean, yeah. I mean, not even trying to be biased. I think we're the better team, top to bottom. I really think this is a year that we should win this. You know, the Chiefs have shown they're very vulnerable at times. They lost to your Eagles, right? Am I right without that one? They lose to your Eagles this year?
The Eagles lost. Yeah, the Chiefs lost to the Eagles. Yeah.
The Chiefs lost to the same Lions team we just beat. The Chiefs look sloppy at times, and now I get it. You know, it's all about getting hot at the right moment.
That's what it is.
And we'll see if the NFL has a say. You know, maybe they want to make a little Taylor Swift championship.
I'm sure they will.
I'm so sick of
her.
her.
Writers,
yeah, but we'll see. I think we're the better team, top to bottom overall. We should win.
The funny thing about that is she's playing a show in Tokyo the night before, and she says she's going to be there. So what does that journey look like? That's like a 24
severe jet lag. I think Japan's 13 hours ahead of where we are, Eastern Standard Time. That's 16 hours in Vegas.
Well, I mean, it's not like she's going to be flying Spirit Airlines, and waiting in the airport or something like that. Getting some fucking fast food.
No, she'll have the most comfortable bed possible on a plane. Yeah, Spirit.
So, I mean, can you imagine you go to the airport?
Some big ass smelly dude.
Can you imagine you go to the airport in Tokyo You go to Spirit Airlines checkout, and you say, "I need a flight to Vegas
No.
in the next 20."
I would rather get on a boat and fly Spirit Airlines from Tokyo to Las Vegas.
You wake up, you got scoliosis from sitting.
I don't think
you're.
you're falling asleep. I don't. It's like sitting on a brick.
You
And
look
to go-
at her in the box; she's all bloodshot.
Yeah, no shot. I would have canceled that tour in Tokyo or delayed it.
I don't know. But I mean, it's. I assume she'll probably, as soon as her performance is done,
Oh, she's leaving right after.
they'll have an Escalade waiting for her.
Already warmed up.
Warmed up. They take her. They got all her bags packed and everything.
Oh, yeah.
They take her directly to the private jet.
Yeah.
On the private jet, they probably have all of her outfits for the her
Oh, of
appearances
course.
afterwards.
Of course, she probably has her outfits in the box.
She's
at
probably
the
got a nice
stadium.
hot meal, waiting on the plane.
I'm so sick of her. I'm
Then
so sick of it.
so
dude.
she'll probably take off, get a little nap in, maybe 8-hour sleep while they're flying, and then you got a couple hours.
That's a nap. 8-hour nap.
Well, an 8-hour
That's a
nap.
full sleep.
You ever take an 8-hour nap?
That's just a sleep. That's just a slumber. That's a full night's rest. And I can't tell you last time I had a sleep that long.
I really can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just passed out one night and woke up at 12 hours later the next day, and I'm like, oh, it's probably after a long
Probably
night.
the night you fell flat on your face when you
Probably
walked in the
did.
door.
Yeah. What
Knocked
happens to
yourself
the
out.
best of us? You open the door and you just fall down.
It does. It happens. Well, it wasn't the first time. It definitely probably won't be the last time.
No, it wasn't. And it seems to be a reoccurring theme when I'm with this crew that tends to happen a few
It's
times.
Dad's night out.
Dad's night out. I come back from we went
Wherever.
bowling a couple of years ago before
There's that.
80s wedding. I walked in the house, fell over.
The Killarney's night.
Walked
a
in the house,
bar.
fell over.
You were pretty toasted up at the Story of the Year concert.
Yeah. Didn't fall over.
Didn't
I got
fall over.
I got away with that one.
But you were feeling, you were
I was
bouncing around that concert hall with random people.
I was feeling. I'm in
Crowd surfing.
I'm in a bucket list mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get me in a vulnerable situation like that, there's no telling what I might do.
Well, sure,
I
you
didn't tell you, boss. I crowd surfed a couple of weeks ago
At how old?
at 30, almost 35.
First time.
For
He
the
was
first
like,
time.
I've never crowd surfed. I was like, Carl, get in that crowd.
I'm like, that's it. I'm fucking doing it. So
he walks out there and he's just standing there and he's like,
I didn't know what to do.
I want to crowd surf.
I didn't know what to do. I go down to the bottom area where it gets wild, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do I ask somebody like, "Hey, sir, can you please grab my ass cheek and lift me in the air?" Like,
We got up. You got up.
but I did. I got down there and I saw some other guys. What they were doing is they were kind of crouching down, and then
Crouch down, you get a friend to lift you up.
I went near some big burly guys,
probably a
and
smart
then
idea.
these other little guys were there, and they were crouching down, and the big burly guys would throw them up in the air. So I went over that way, and I kind of looked like I was taking a dump.
Oh, we
I,
saw you.
bent over, and he's like. The guy looked at me. He's like, "You want to go up?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go up." So they pushed me in the air. My legs go in front.
Do
of
you
my
want to go?
face.
No, I'm just taking a
Yeah.
shit.
So they pushed me up, and then the security guard grabs me by the armpits, and I was super cordial. I was like, "Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Have a good night." And he's like, "No problem." And I just
Like,
kept,
who the hell's this kid?
but it was wild. Yeah, it was cool.
It was cool to see that.
It was good. I got
glad
the
you got to
mosh a little
experience it.
bit. I was gritching my fists. I'm like, I might have to hip toss somebody right now. Use my
Okay,
jujitsu skills.
Yeah, on what, a little 13-year-old kid? You're like, yeah, that's right.
That's it. Yeah. Kimura. Yeah. Snap some cartilage. Yeah. But I got down there, and the mosh started going. I was gripping my trying to stand back, get my footing so I didn't fall over. And I'm like, in case somebody runs into me, I'm ready.
That was
I'm ready.
that was a one-time thing for me.
Crowd surfing.
Yeah, and the mosh pit, I was like, ooh, this ain't for me. I was like, I went to experience it one time. I was like, okay, I'm cool watching it from the back. No, I could never do it. I was like, I'm gonna get knocked in the face and knock teeth out.
Have you ever mosh pitted? And Brian
I
Ross?
got, remember that Day to Remember concert where I was on the floor and you were up in the stands? I got punched in the neck and pierced the belt.
Punched in the dick.
Wait, was this the one at Cybermac Arena or whatever it is
I
now?
don't know, somebody swinging his arms around and clocked me right in the
So would you just go, oh?
and moved out. I don't know. I just only think
And that was his last
That was the
time.
end,
That's where he
yes.
retired.
Yeah.
it might have been.
Well, I was ready because I gave my phone, wallet, and keys to Chris G to hold for me.
Well, that's why we got worried because then you were missing. I'm like, we can't even call him.
You can't call me. It was just it'd be like a hangover situation.
We just
You're
would have sat in the
"Where's
car and
Carl?"
like,
Yeah.
he'll actually come out here.
I would. I always kind of turn up. I'm like herpes. I
true.
go away for a little while, and then I just come back.
Kind of like that's one way to describe yourself.
It is. It is.
Are you
But
telling us something?
But I was ready. Well, maybe. I may be chlamydia or something like that, but I don't know. So it must be nice to. I would take that trip. Tokyo to Las Vegas overnight if I have the Taylor Swift accommodations. So I get
Which
there.
you won't.
So what would that look like? What would it take for you? Let's say unlimited budget. You have to fly in some ridiculous international trip in 24 hours.
Okay.
What would the parameters be? You got like the best car to pick you up. You got like what would
I would just do it.
you would just do it?
It's one. If I'm getting the best car ride to the
Well,
airport,
what would you
I'm
want?
getting a
What would you
private
want?
jet.
What would you want? Like what would your ultimate scenario
Well, I don't give a shit about the car driving me, but if I'm in that plane, I want a bed where I can, spread my legs out.
Spread your
that sounds
legs.
kind of wrong.
Spread your legs
Stretch
out,
my
yeah.
legs out,
Maybe some
become-
lotion. A little mile high fucking jerk.
No, I mean, you just give me a top class private jet. That's all I need.
Give me like a nice
Obviously,
ribeye.
some good
rare.
food. Yeah, I'm gonna need to eat because I'm gonna be like a 20-hour flight.
Give me like a whole bottle of red wine. I want to feel that like where I'm 30,000 feet in the air, kind
Honestly, I don't know if I want to drink on
lightheaded.
the flight.
if I'm gonna sleep,
I'll sleep. If you give me a bed, I'll sleep.
I
wanna
wouldn't
be
sleep. I'd
hungover.
probably be like too stimulated to like
20 hours.
for 20.
You'll eventually fall asleep.
I probably would, yeah. But give me a nice like ribeye steak.
Yeah,
a
just-
nice meal.
Couple meals. I'll need that.
Little red
a nice
wine.
bed, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
Now you said if I was flying Spirit Airlines, I'm gonna need a big payday to do that cross country or cross world trip.
Hey, Spirit Islands, please sponsor us.
Yeah, we'll talk good about you.
Yes, we'll promote your Global Expansion International division. Yes, for all your international
We will
needs.
take any sponsor.
I will. I literally will.
Anything.
Fleshlight or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. We'll take it.
So I think I would do that. So, all right, back to the big game. We're in Vegas.
Yeah.
We got the Chiefs. We got the Niners. A big matchup. How do you think? What kind of weaknesses do you think the Chiefs have that the Niners need to exploit? In the
Yeah, I
matchup?
think I read.
Let's get a little wing action going.
Yeah, let's do it. I think the
Boss
Chiefs.
man, boss, get in here, get you some.
They have like a very susceptible run defense. I think they rank somewhere like 17th. Obviously, the Chiefs' offense outside of Kelsey, I mean, they don't have any like pass catchers.
Yeah, I mean their wide receivers are ass.
So
they've
not
been
really
ass all
worried,
season.
Not worried about like Kadarius Toney.
No, oh my, he doesn't keep you up at night.
No, but if
Sky
we-
Moore doesn't keep you up at night.
I think if we run the ball, especially run the ball up the middle with McCaffrey, I'm feeling good about it. I think that's probably the go-to move.
So the question is, what about number 15? That man is a magic man. He really is.
It's done this year.
You think the window is closing? This is it?
I mean, they need an offense.
The only one to beat him in the Super Bowl was essentially the alleged GOAT, Mr. Brady himself. And even them, they almost won that.
I don't know if it'll be close. It depends. It depends. Who can they get in there to catch a damn ball? You know,
Probably Taylor Swift's Mr. Swift himself.
Jackson, Mahomes. Pat Mahomes'
Jackson
brother.
Mahomes, it was just like a...
His brother?
What?
Patrick Mahomes' brother?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mr. Swift as in like Travis Kelce, like
No, Jackson Mahomes. You
Oh.
never saw him? The guy who's always doing the TikTok dances?
oh no, I didn't
What?
see that.
It's a
Am
G.
I missing out? Do you know who I'm talking? This is. I'm missing.
Very
out.
interesting character, to put it
What-
nicely.
What does he do? What is his like shtick?
TikTok dances. That's his thing.
I guess he like rides the coattails, as in like he's famous because of who his brother is.
Yeah.
Is he any good
At what?
at TikTok dances?
No, he's annoying as shit. Everyone in the NFL community knows he's like this annoying fucking dude.
Oh,
If I'm not mistaken, I think he got banned for a while
what do you
from
like?
the pregame access on the fields.
What do you like? Do a bird bath on camera?
Well,
or
actually,
something
no,
like
he was
that?
an idiot. I think it was not the Niners. I think it was the Chiefs. The Chiefs were playing the Commanders, and it was the day they were honoring Sean Taylor, and he's doing a TikTok dance on the spray painted like memorial thing. Like it was like roped off.
When he got that guy got shot like dead. in his
Yeah, and they were
house, and
honoring
dancing
him,
it?
and he's dancing on his like number on the field, and then like I think after that he got like banned for a while from like pregame like access.
That's like Lonzo Ball's dad or whatever.
He's worse. You got I don't know how you don't know Jackson. I think it's his name Jackson.
I'm gonna look it up. I guess you get a little silly. I'd probably get a little silly if somebody gave if Boss Man Boss, if you got a $500 million contract and you were generous enough to give me a couple of dollars, I'd probably be a little silly too.
It's a little bit more than silly.
Be a little silly. Would you get a little silly if, let's say I
would get somebody to kick your ass.
let's say I had $500 million and I gave you some money to just, would you get a little silly?
Not like that.
I don't know. I guess there's people trying to find their own shtick. Well, I respect the hustle.
And now his dad just got a DUI. Patrick Mahomes' dad got his 3rd DUI. His dad.
I guess he hasn't. Why don't you just pay for a driver at that point? Isn't the Uber like pay like a $12 Uber ride? Like,
Well, I'm pretty sure he lost his license now. I mean, how many chances do you get after 3 DUIs?
that's probably kind of half permanent or 6 months or something like that.
It might be permanent. Not my problem.
So, how do you envision Brock Purdy? First time in a big matchup like this.
I think he's gonna have a great game. I really do. I'm not trying to be biased. I really believe in this kid. Even if he was not a Niner, I think this kid's got like an it factor to him. He's calm. He's cool. Doesn't seem to ever. I mean, think about it. Besides the NFC Championship game last year, we got hurt. This was the first time he actually like played in one outside the first quarter. Down 17 at half, didn't blink. He easily could have been like, this moment's too big for me, and fold. Found a way, got a win.
He kind of reminds me of like Eli Manning. He's got that like weird kind of like vibe about him.
It's like an underdog story.
So like, I'll
7th round
take it.
pick, Mr. Irrelevant, doing things that have never been done before.
Yeah,
So
that's what it is.
I think I think he's gonna have a really good game. I'd be surprised if he had a terrible game.
All right, so final score. How's it going to go down? You got to put money on it.
I want to say, I believe in my Niners. It's going to be a really good game. I'm going to say it's going to be something around 24-20 49ers. Obviously, the bigger the lead, the better.
Who's
But
the
MVP? I know it's a lot of times it's like a quarterback award, but
Usually a quarterback.
I'm gonna go Christian McCaffrey.
CMC? When's the last time a running back won MVP? I don't think I've ever remembered a running back winning MVP,
I don't
at
know.
least in my like time watching the Super Bowl.
But I'm gonna go CMC. CMC MVP. That's my bet. I think if he gets a couple touchdowns, I think you not give it to him.
You gonna do any prop bets?
No, I do not bet on my team, especially in a Super Bowl. Like, I don't do any Super Bowl pools when my team's in it.
You wouldn't do like Kittle score anytime
Nope.
touchdown?
I don't want to jinx anything.
No, or CMC anytime. That's a given. CMC anytime touchdown.
I think he only didn't score in like one game all year. So yeah, he's like almost a lock.
Yeah,
But you know what? The minute I vote for him or bet on him, he's not going to score. So I'm just not going to touch that.
that's it. Usually when the Eagles aren't in the Super Bowl, I usually get a little silly. I think. What are like some Super Bowl memories you have growing up? Like, did you go to any parties or like in college or anything like that?
Not really. I'm not like anything like that. Obviously, my team hasn't won one yet for me to witness. So, but I remember, what was it? The Devin Hester kickoff return for a touchdown against the Colts?
2006, then 2007 Super Bowl, Colts and Bears.
Opening
I remember
kickoff.
I remember that.
Takes it all the way. Or Santonio Holmes against the Cardinals in
Yes.
Super Bowl 48?
That was 09. That was
43? 43?
43, yeah. So
That
the Devin
crazy
Hester
catch.
touchdown, I'm not going to tell you what I did after that. But yes, I remember that. And I remember the Santonio Holmes game. I'm not going to tell you what I did during that. Who was before that? 08 was the big Patriots and Giants game. I'm not going to tell you what I did during that game during the fourth quarter as well. Those are college years.
We're going to need to talk off camera about this one because now you got me intrigued.
Then it gets kind of like it slows down after that. Yeah. Then I think the Niners and Ravens Super Bowl. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings. I think I threw up in the bathroom.
That was that was the blackout.
It was the blackout game. Well, the reason why I think, because I had some beer, but then I ate a bunch of food, and then I ate like dessert nachos, and I just didn't think it mixed well.
What gave that away? The beer, the nachos, or the
dessert nachos? All of it. Like, and I ate all of it. So
that's aggressive.
Yeah,
that's very aggressive.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Yeah,
good
something
times.
like that.
Yeah. So, all right, I like it. All right, so my prediction. Let's see. Boss man, boss. Pick one. Money line. Chiefs, Niners. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I think the Niners going to win.
Yes.
Not speaking from, like, I don't know what the hell.
That's all right. It's the Super Bowl. It's just kind of, it's really anybody's. And the Super Bowl is usually anybody's game because you're good enough to get there at that point. it's they usually, at least the last 10 years, they've been really solid games. I mean, let's look at this, like 23-27, 31-7.
Not the Seattle game, Seattle Broncos.
Yeah, that was a blowout. That was surprising, but this one I feel like was a lot closer. 31-17 Saints Colts. I feel like that was a lot closer. I think it like heated up.
I can't remember too well.
I that was when I got a whole bottle of Ciroc during that game with some other guys.
Ciroc. Is that even around anymore?
I don't know. But I remember looking at him like, oh shit, Drew Brees. But
Wow.
I feel like that game was a lot closer.
Probably was.
And then like in the fourth quarter, they got a couple of garbage time touchdowns, and that's why it's 31-17.
But besides that game, look, Steelers, Cardinals, one possession. Skip the Saints game. One possession was Packers, Steelers.
Yep.
One possession Giants, Patriots. One possession Niners, Ravens.
Blowout. That was. I left at half. I went to
Yeah,
Wild Wings for that too. I
Wasn't
left
that
at
the
halftime.
game that started with the safety? The
The
over
Saints, that's
snap
right, it's
over
43
Peyton's
to
head.
8. Yeah. It was some weird. It was a really weird game. It was actually in New Jersey. It was at MetLife
Yeah,
Stadium.
it was. It was freezing, I think, that day.
And which, yeah, it was an odd game.
Then 28-24.
One position close.
The year
game.
they didn't run Marshawn.
That was ridiculous. I watched a rerun. I'm like, what on earth are they thinking?
Marshawn Lynch, one of the best bruising backs.
They're on the 1 yard line.
And they're like,
just had
nah,
to throw an interception.
Let's throw this to, what was it say? Was it
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah,
was
but weren't they throwing to like Ricardo Lockett?
something like that.
It wasn't even like a big name receiver. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Whatever.
I don't know. That was just, they had, and they were first and goal too. It was first and goal. They decided to like, oh, we just.
Yep, they tried to be too cute with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're almost all one possessions for the most part.
Yeah, and I think that crushed them. Someone like that crushes a team. They never really showed up after that. It was sort of like
they
the
didn't.
Falcons. God help me.
Oh my God, the 28-3.
So we'll get to that in a second. Then after that, this one was
Bronco.
kind of close, not close. I think that game was kind of shitty. The
Yeah, the
Broncos
Panthers.
and Panthers.
It's terrible.
It wasn't a great game.
No, it was horrible. I remember being at school for that one.
This one here. This one hurts.
Oh.
This one hurts. Not for
Matt
me,
Ryan
but
had the chance, man.
you're up 28-3.
You know what? Late in the third,
with a couple minutes left, and you blow it. What?
they didn't score again. They gave up 31 straight in what?
How does
Barely
that
over
how
a
does
quarter.
that happen? How does that happen?
So the Falcons just must have. Did the Falcons not even run the ball? Like I don't even know how you score 31 points in like 17 minutes.
This one they had Julio Jones was in his prime, and I think who else they had.
Roddy White was he on that team?
Roddy White might have still been there.
I don't know if
on
he was
the
still
tail end
there
of his
and-
career.
Yeah.
But they had
Matt Ryan, obviously, who's the MVP that year.
Devontae Freeman and who's the other guy? Tevin Coleman. Those two backs were pretty
Coleman,
good.
Yeah, wow, yeah, former Niner also.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had your game.
And then classic game. Now who you're fans of. It was a classic game. Close to the end.
That next one sucked.
That
The
was
Patriots,
sorry, AD.
Rams,
That was a shitty game.
that game was horrible. That was one of the worst Super Bowls I watched.
Yeah, 13-3, like nothing happened.
Because that touchdown didn't even come to what? Like in the fourth? That I think like the Patriots touchdown?
Something like that.
I don't think it even
Yeah.
came until like the fourth quarter.
I don't know what happened there.
That game
Yeah,
was horrible.
the Rams were like a high-powered offense too. Weren't they supposed to like?
Well, they had Jared Goff. I don't remember who the receivers are. Did they have Cooper Kupp?
They had Cup. Yeah, they had
What's
Todd
his name?
Gurley, probably at the time.
Was
yeah.
it Robert Woods?
Yeah,
I think they had.
Gurley was a big back at the time, big time back at the time.
So did Aaron Donald on defense. I mean, their defense played fine.
Mm-hmm.
But offensively, that game was miserable.
Yes,
Miserable, even for the Patriots.
Yeah. And then after that, you had the Chiefs and
Niners, and
that
that was a
one.
closer game than that. That was
why does it
garbage.
look like that was I felt like that was a lot closer. To
It was. I think we were up 20-10 with 6.5 left, and then there was a couple turnovers and shit like that. So I mean, that game was a 2-possession game, 20-10 in the Niners' favor with 6 minutes left, 6.5 minutes left, and we just spiraled.
It's good stuff. Well, I mean, not good stuff for you.
Yeah,
but,
shut up, shut your mouth.
I just hope for a good game. I want it to be entertaining. You know?
I hope it's a 43-8 blowout in the Niners' favor, so I can sit and relax and enjoy it.
Just relax, start celebrating.
Yeah, just lay on the couch, drink a beer, and not ever have to worry one time.
Notoriously, I've seen the Eagles in 3 Super Bowls, and I've not enjoyed the day. I've just been sick to my stomach.
As a
the whole day.
diehard fan, it's not enjoyable until you win.
Yeah, when you win,
It's so stressful. Like
yeah.
this whole process, like obviously you play to get to the Super Bowl, but when you get there, it ain't fun. I'm stressing out. I'm trying to like stay off social media. I'm not really watching like sport talk, like talk shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to like talk or think about it or talk about it.
I mean, I would sometimes drive to work and put on like when the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, I'll put on like the Eagles sports radio station because they're all hyping up the Eagles, and it's like I'll get behind it. But then the day of, I call like a buddy, and I remember they played the Patriots. I'm like, the day before, I was like, we got this, and then I call him the day of. I'm like, I'm gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be sick to my stomach.
Yeah, it's not. I remember the last time that I was in the Super Bowl, that Chiefs won, even the Ravens won. I just like paced around my house for hours. And the game finally started, and I was like, I'd rather just fall asleep. Like, someone knock me out and wake me up when it's over.
Yep, and tell me what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that stressful.
Yep.
I'm not enjoying this process.
Both of them. The one they played the Patriots in Super Bowl 39.
With McNabb, right?
With McNabb. I remember just sitting there like this the whole time, like just holding my face.
Yep.
And then pretty much the same thing from when they played the Patriots in like 2018. I was just like,
yeah.
Until the end, they won. I literally jumped on top of my mother. Like, I literally leaped on her. I'm like 28 years old, 29 years old.
Hey,
I like threw my body on
that's
her.
probably what I'm going to my parents for the game because I don't want to go out. And if the Niners win, well, there's gonna be 32-year-old me cannonballing right on top of my mother.
You should take your clothes off.
What? Jesus Christ, Carl!
You should. It's a celebration.
Carl.
It's a natural thing.
Did you do that?
I didn't take my mother to take my clothes off, but I might have after. No, but I did. I went to Modell's afterwards, and they won.
Oh yeah,
I drove there at like 1 o'clock in the morning and bought like a T-shirt and all that. And I walked in. I'm like,
oh, I'm buying anything with that championship on it. I'm going right to Fanatics or wherever, and I'm buying I don't care if it's a fucking tampon. It's got the score on it. I'm buying. I'll find a use for it. Don't care.
I got some like program over there and something else, but I gotta get a couple other things from that team because that team is just something else. I want to get like one of those like maybe frames for the wall with that team's autograph on it or something like that. I have to go in Fanatics and hang it up here.
Why don't you have it already?
I don't know. I should. I'm dropping the ball.
Get on it.
So I'm excited. Super Bowl. It's always a fun time of the year. So this is kind of a fun little tidbit. We talked about Taylor Swift a little bit, but like. There's been, 57 Super Bowls we've watched since we were kids. What's like a forgotten Super Bowl player? You mentioned Devin Hester. That like everybody kind of doesn't really think about anymore that you remember.
Well, that was definitely one of them.
Devin Hester, yeah. He was like one of the best kick returners ever. Nobody really talks about it anymore.
Well, it's funny because I actually said both of them, that and Santonio Holmes. Because unless you were a Steelers fan or a Cardinals fan, I feel like not many people remember that Super Bowl. You know, because like
I remember it for different reasons.
Cardinals don't have a really big fan base, but I don't know another player. I said Devin Hester. I said Santonio Holmes.
I mean, Kurt Warner, but no, he was kind of famous. I mean, because he had the big Rams Super Bowl when he was like a grocery store clerk or something, like a gas station attendant or something like that.
Yep.
And then he's like an MVP in the Super Bowl like a year later or something like that. That's kind of a fun story. They made a movie out of it, American whatever.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah, American Underdog or something like that. It's probably on Amazon or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But ask AD. He'll probably know all about it.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with, like, how about Deion Branch? I think he won MVP in, like, 2005 when the Patriots won the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Remember Freddie Mitchell? Like,
that was a receiver for the Eagles, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think who else was there.
Did Ty Law play with the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
Law, he was a cornerback.
I love Ty Law.
Who else?
Who was the receiver? Wasn't really a big name, but the helmet catch with the Giants.
David Tyree.
That's it, David Tyree. Just drawing a blank.
Yeah, probably that might be the greatest Super Bowl play ever.
Especially for a guy that didn't really have a big career.
No, he
that
was like
his
the
moment.
fifth wide receiver every single year, and that's his life story.
Or the other catch, how about also former Niner, but in the Giants' other Super Bowl, Mario Manningham. That tiptoe on the sideline, that was a great catch. Two ridiculous catches to bail Eli out. Unbelievable.
It was something.
Yeah, Mario Manningham. I used to like him. Former was he? Michigan Wolverine, I think he was.
Yeah, Michigan had Chad Henne was their quarterback. They had Mike Hart was their tailback, and then Mario Manningham was their top receiver.
Man, solid team. Solid team.
Were you in at West Virginia when like Pat White was the quarterback?
He was like 06 to 09, something like that. It's like my senior year of high school, or maybe my freshman year of college, but I wasn't at West Virginia yet. So I just missed that. And then Geno came over after.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey. It's a crazy offense.
So you were there when Geno Smith was there?
No, because when I transferred, he was done the year before I got there.
That would have been kind of cool. Then he went to the Jets and
Drafted by the Jets, and then I know he's obviously on Seattle now. Did he go from right to the Jets?
I feel like
or Seattle, or was there another
he
team
went to the
involved?
Jets and then he maybe bounced around a little bit and then he went to Seattle and then
Oh, he was on the Giants at one point.
yeah, then he's had like a renaissance for the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's I think a back-to-back Pro Bowler. I
Something
think.
like that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Comeback Player of the Year, I think too.
Yeah. It's cool. It's like I still can't believe like Joe Flacco is still in the league this year. Like
Kind
Delaware.
of nuts, right?
Yeah.
Kind of came into the league in what? When they won that Super Bowl? Well, I
He
guess
came in 2008. I think he was drafted.
Was it 08? Yeah, to
That was a
UDEL.
2013 Super Bowl. So yeah, he was in the league
So-
about 5 years.
Phew, it's a long time.
It was quick. I'm getting old. I feel it in my back
feel
from
it every
jiu-jitsu.
day.
I did randori this past week.
Dude, when I was there Monday. Dude, Tuesday I was rocked.
Well, I
Two
did.
classes. I was rocked.
I got to try the 2 classes. I always only do one.
I did Monday. There's 2 classes, and then I ran Dory with Chris, and dude, I was sore as hell the next day. Like my back, I was like, God damn.
I did it with this
Come
like
on.
kind of thicker, bigger kid, super nice guy. And he was like, "Hey, you want to do a round?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And he's probably like maybe 20 pounds heavier than me, but muscular, like he works out or whatever.
Okay.
And then we slapped hands, and then he just bulldozed me.
Really?
I felt like my spine
What
just
was
like
he?
snapped.
Belt-wise?
They're like a white belt or maybe a blue belt, but
okay.
ran me over, and then just like I lasted a little bit, and they eventually choked me out. But I'm like, fuck, I'm sore.
Did you get your third stripe yet?
I got 3,
Yeah, so you got
so I'm
it, right?
working on 4, but it'll take me a little while to get there. I still feel it's like imposter syndrome. I feel like I'm not that good yet.
No, I'm the same way. I feel like it.
It's like
Everyone's like, "Yo, you're doing great." I'm like, Are you just telling me that?" Because I feel like I'm getting my shit rocked.
yeah. I mean, yeah, nothing wrong with getting your shit rocked. I mean, if it's the right kind of thing, but yeah. Anyway, so another I want to talk about. So head coaching vacancies. Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel, 2 former, obviously Bill Belichick Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
and Mike Vrabel, former Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
They're not coaching next season.
No.
At least as of the moment, they don't have jobs. What are your thoughts about that?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Belichick say he's taking this year off and will look to come back in 25? I think that's what I heard. I could be wrong. It was
It doesn't seem
definitely-
like the broadcast kind of candidate. That'd be kind of funny though.
He'll probably take the year off. But it is weird to not see Belichick coaching at all. I mean, he's been coaching since I was like born, it seems like. Vrabel, I don't know, not as big of a deal for me. But Belichick, yeah, it's crazy not to see him. But he is like, what, pushing 70 years old? Or is he already 70? I don't even know. And it's
I think
kind of
he's
weird.
72.
So it's kind of weird if he's 72 or around that age to take a year off and then want to come back. I'm like, just retire at that point.
So the question is, do you think he's that good, or it was just a combination
I'll tell you what.
of everything? Tom Brady, once in a lifetime, just
No, I'd probably say it's a combination because, I mean, in his defense, he did go from Tom Brady to Mac Jones and a washed Cam Newton. And, I mean, he lost Julian Edelman. He lost Gronkowski. It was a lot of change in that organization. So it's hard to tell. But, I mean, it's definitely a little bit of both, I think. I mean, if you lose all your star players, it's going to be harder to win.
it is.
So, I don't know. We'll see. If he comes back, we'll see where he goes and how he does. But if he doesn't, he ended on 2 or 3 very subpar years.
So here's a follow-up question. Super Bowls, take them out of the equation.
Yeah.
Do you think at this point Andy Reid is a better head coach of a football team than Bill Belichick? And the reason I ask that is because Andy Reid's been coaching for roughly about the same amount of time as a head coach as Bill Belichick between 2 teams. And I would say Andy Reid has taken 2 very different franchises, multiple different quarterbacks, all to pretty much contenders, and as now
That's true. He took
Validated
what?
has-
McNabb and Mahomes. I mean,
he took McNabb to the Super Bowl and multiple
3 straight
NFC championships. Yeah,
I
he
think?
took
3 or 4?
Did he won a division title with Michael Vick and almost got there again, and then got fired and went to the Chiefs, and then with Alex Smith made it to the playoffs. Then Mahomes comes in, and Mahomes dynasty at that point.
You know what? I mean, that's a great conversation to have. I mean, it's hard to like think about like no Super Bowls, but I mean, if you do take the Super Bowls out of it, there's at least an argument there.
Because you had Tom Brady for 20 years.
That's all he took, right? He didn't take the Browns to the playoffs, did he?
No, not that I know of, no.
And then was he a head coach of the Jets at one point or just worked for the Jets?
I thought he was a head coach
I
for
think
like a hot minute. Or
wasn't he supposed to be the head coach, but then he left and got the head coaching at the Browns?
He
Or
might
like,
have
I forget
for
how it
like
works.
he might have worked for what's his face, the big tuna. Bill Parcells.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forget. But yeah, if you take Super Bowls out of the equation, you have an argument.
That's
I think you have an
interesting.
argument.
I thought I would never say that in my life. Everybody would be like, "Oh, Bill Shaw."
I would have to look at the stats and everything, but then again, I think stats only show so much. But like you said, I mean, he took two very different teams to the Super Bowl. He said a team with like McNabb and T.O., and then I mean, he did have a stacked team with the Chiefs, but he did take Alex Smith to the playoffs.
He drafted Mahomes.
Drafted
And it was
Mahomes,
funny because
yep.
I was scrolling through looking at like tweets from 2014, 2017, whenever he came out in the draft, and people were like shitting all over it. They're like, why would you like take Trubisky or why would you take this guy like from Texas Tech? Who is this guy? This is a bad pick.
It's crazy because
Funny to see that.
I got to see Mahomes play in college because I was there when I was at West Virginia.
What was that like?
But he wasn't like that.
He wasn't a big famous guy yet.
If you look it up, he had a losing record as a college quarterback. I mean, granted, there's a lot more factors than just a quarterback in there, the team, the coaching, whatever. But he had a losing record as a college quarterback, so he wasn't like what he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went back. I was already graduated, but I went back to West Virginia game in 2019 against Iowa State, and little did I know at the time they were playing Brock Purdy. And like, who would have known? I didn't even know Brock Purdy back then. Yeah. So it's crazy to think that Mahomes went from a quarterback with a losing record in college to what he is now.
Mm-hmm. That's so fascinating. It's like, how do you miss on a Brock Purdy, a Patrick Mahomes, or a Tom Brady?
Yeah.
All those guys were just like, I mean, Patrick Mahomes was a first rounder, but a 10th overall pick.
But
he's
Trubisky over him.
I mean, you think about it this way, like Patrick Mahomes is going to go down as a top 5 all-time quarterback.
Honestly, if he retired today, he's probably a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Stat-wise?
Absolutely. Stat-wise,
Two
Super Bowl
champions.
within the time frame, he's only been in the league for
league
7
MVP,
years or something.
Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, he's already a Hall of Famer. He retired today.
6 years he's been in the league, I think, something like that. And he's won
2 Super Bowls, potentially 3.
Potentially 3 if he pulled it together with the Patriots, and now a 4th one. So he could have 4. Like
he's in there for what?
4 out of fucking 6 games. Super
4
Bowls
out of 5
Yeah,
years he's been to fucking Super Bowl.
that's just ridiculous.
Kind of insane if you think about it. I hate to say it, but I mean it's crazy.
If he has durability and plays another like decade, who knows? He might even clips Mr. 12.
He'll probably break a lot of records.
We'll see.
A lot of records, yeah.
We'll see. Absolutely. All right, so let's kind of move things along here. I'm getting the signal that we got to wrap things up here. So we're going to go to our favorite segment of the evening, kind of our signature main event segment. How much would you need to be paid?
Here's a fun thing. Do it after you taste the hot sauce.
I was going to do that at the end as like the send-off, like
Okay.
feel the pain.
I'm ready for that one. All right, let's do it. I love this.
See, I don't want to read the questions or while I...
It'll be fun.
All right, maybe I will. All right, so fine, fuck it. Let me. I guess I'm taking a shot of this.
Oh yeah.
Is that what I got to do?
Get it in there, buddy. Make sure it's all over that tongue.
Scorpion sauce. All right, somebody call the hospital if I
Give it a little whiff. What's it smell like? Can I get a whiff?
Smells like paint, like paint thinner or something like that.
Okay.
All right,
Extra hot, it says on the back.
all right. We'll see. Extra hot. I hope they. Sometimes they say that and they don't. So I'm hoping that's.
Let's
the case.
see.
I'm gonna get another latte. Just
A little latte?
you want another latte?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Boss man, boss. You want a latte? Yeah, get a little latte. Actually, I need this to like hopefully.
Get the celery and blue cheese too.
Yeah, get that. I'm gonna stick my like whole face in the blue cheese. Crack this guy open. All right,
Let's see it, bro.
here we go. Let's see the scorpion sauce.
Oh, that could be a lot.
Is it coming out?
I don't think it's coming out.
You gotta like dab it. There it goes. Down the hatch.
Usually sometimes it's kick in a little bit. All right, it's fucking hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. All right, this is my punishment. It's better than up the ass or wherever's gonna take it. Yeah, or right in my wang. But Question number 1. How much would you need to be paid to make eye contact with a stranger in public for a long period of time? Like you have to go to the for like 10 minutes. You have to go to the food court in the mall, and you have to like start like, and you just pick somebody and just start making eye contact.
Give me $100.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just an awkward kind of thing. It's not like anything.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. How much do you need to be paid to ski down a Black Diamond mountain?
Probably like 10 G's because I'm probably going to get really messed up on that. Maybe more.
The mission is you just have to get down. So we drop you off, you put you on the ski lift, we get you up there.
Can I walk down it?
We don't care how you get down. I don't know if you're going to walk down it. You might have to like kind of slide down on your butt a little bit.
Give me like 10 G's because it's going to take some time and it might fuck me up. You want a little bit more? Watch down with this?
Let's wash it down a little. What the fuck now?
Oh, he's going to have a rough morning tomorrow.
Oh my God.
We should do this more often.
Probably a bad idea.
Probably.
How much would you need to be paid to order Chinese takeout and randomly show up at one of your ex's house and go in and just eat it, like in the kitchen, and ask if you can come in and eat it?
I guess it depends which one.
Like the worst one.
Okay. Give me like 500.
$500?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny. You just show up there.
It'd be funny. I don't want to see
like-
that person, but
Be like, you know what? I've had a long day. I just need to sit down and eat
I just
something.
need to
So
sit
can I
somewhere.
come
I'm
in
in
for
the area.
it?
Yeah.
You got a bag of Chinese takeout.
but I'm not going to offer her at all. I'm just going to eat it
You just
myself.
sit down and you start eating
I'm
General
not going to say anything to her. I'm just going to eat, get up, and leave.
How much would you need to be paid to get a tattoo of a guy's name on your ass?
Oh, God. Give me like 5 G's. At least on the ass where no one can see it.
Yeah.
Give me like 5
But it's
G's.
got-
Property.
It just says Doug on your ass.
Well, then I got to make sure I'm never arrested.
What would happen if you're arrested?
Well, if I got another guy's name on my ass, it's not going to send the right message. Give me, you know what? I'm up in that. Give me 25. 25 G's.
25 G's? I mean, you could always burn it off.
I could, but and I could burn off and still have 25
You
G's.
could do that too. Yes, yeah. It kind of hurt. And you'd have still a scar that says like "dur," like on like in scar tissue.
I'd
on
probably have to
your
get like
ass.
another ass tattoo and cover it up.
Yeah.
Get like a
Like
butterfly.
a
something
big
gay
smiley
shit.
face. How much would you need to be paid to do awkward dirty talk in bed in the bedroom with a date?
I feel like I would just do that now. Make
So
it,
what would you say? Like
I don't even
what's
know what
like
I
an
would say.
awkward dirty talk?
I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. I don't. You probably only need to pay me because one, I'm getting in bed with someone. That's the payment right there.
Uh-huh.
Tell me I'm getting ass.
Uh-huh.
I'll just do it.
And you got to say something ridiculous. Like you have an earpiece.
Feed
and-
me some
and
li- yeah, you
gotta
could
say
feed me some
like-
lines and
like
I'll say
tell
it.
her you want to rip your pajamas off or something like that.
It's easy. Easy. I'll do it for free. I'm getting ass. So
I would love to be in there coaching you while you're getting ass in an earpiece. I feel like, all right, just get it and just turn it this
talk
way.
about fucking awkward.
Turn your hips this way a little
That
bit.
might be the more awkward part. Not even saying to
I'd
her.
say like ridiculous stuff to get you to laugh.
And she's like, "What is your problem?" I'd be like, you wouldn't understand.
Oh, those sweet nothings would be something.
Yeah, they would be.
Oh my god.
How you feeling,
All
bud?
right. I'm feeling pretty good. It's
Okay.
I think it's cool in that with that beer, but it still hurts.
Okay.
It hurts. All right. How much would you need to be paid to make a sex tape and upload it to the internet?
Wow. Just gave me like 1,000.
That's it?
Chances
There
are-
forever.
Yeah, but the chances someone actually sees it that I know is probably pretty slim. Is it my website of choice?
It could be, yeah. Or and actually, it's got to be like one of the main ones.
One of the main ones. Fuck it. Give me 1,000. Fuck it.
$1,000.
Fuck
I
it.
mean, you could wear a ski mask.
Maybe I get some promo deals out of it. Brazzers calls me and like, hey, we want to give you a deal. 2 more tapes at this price. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that much.
You could, or get like a lube to sponsor you.
Yeah, some like, what's that? KY jelly?
You could, yeah. Yeah, fire and ice or something
Fire.
like that.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm down with it.
Good stuff. All right, $1,000. I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be like $20,000.
Yeah, that's easy work.